Welcome to A Late Show. I'm Steve Colbert. Happy Earth Day, everybody. Today's a big one because it is the 50th Earth Day, the big 5-0. And I gotta say, Earth is still looking good. She's just getting hotter every year. I mean, even with the receding glaciers and putting on a little water weight around the coastline. And Earth is having kind of a moment right now. Because with people staying home, the Earth is turning wilder and cleaner with reduced CO2, better air quality, and animals roaming the city streets. Turns out the best present for Earth Day is the same as the best present for Mother's Day. Time away from her children. Just get all the unruly humans out of her hair so Mother Earth can sit in a bubble bath and watch Outlander. Now, while humans stay inside, the world's cities are getting reclaimed by the animals. A puma roamed the streets of Santiago, Chile. In India, hungry monkeys have been entering homes and opening refrigerators to look for food. And coyotes have been seen along Chicago's Michigan Avenue. A coyote on Michigan Avenue? That's crazy. I mean, usually, what with the traffic, they have to take Lakeshore Drive. So don't be surprised if you see a wild animal wandering into your normal environment. Oh, God, here's one now. Come here. Come here. Oh, God, it's the wild snuggle spaniel. He's scavenging for smoochies. Oh, look. Ah! Who's reclaiming the Earth from the humans? You are. Yes, you are. He loves me. He loves this. Here. God, thank you. Bye. No, now you have to leave. You can't just chew on the electrical cords. Out. Out. Go. Mush. Thanks, Benny. I might need a lint roller. The coyotes weren't the only wild animals doing their thing. So was President Trump, who celebrated Earth Day by holding a tree planting ceremony. Or as he said,
"We're doing something I love doing, planting trees. I've always loved it."
Yes, two things Donald Trump has definitely always loved: manual labor and the thing where fruit comes from. Trump finally got around to actually planting the tree. Here he is, getting his exercise for the decade. I've gotten a lot of practice at my press conferences. Every day I just dig that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. Trump also celebrated Earth Day by threatening to blow up chunks of the planet, tweeting, "I have instructed the United States Navy to shoot down and destroy any and all Iranian gunboats if they harass our ships at sea." You read that right. He's going to shoot down boats. We must respond to Iran's flying gunboats. They're just as dangerous as their flying carpets. It's a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. Know what, how's it go? Know or where to go. Don't you dare close your eyes. What Trump's responding to is video from the Navy showing that Iranian vessels harassed American warships in the Arabian Sea. Okay, that's not good, but why tweet about Iran now? For that matter, why a new ban on immigration? No one can fly anyway. Right now, you might as well ban mosh pits. But I have a theory, I tell you, about these random tweets. Trump's approval ratings are falling, and 2/3 of Americans say he was too slow to respond to the virus. Disapproval of Trump is spreading faster than something. Whatever spreads really quickly if you're dumb enough to ignore it. So he is desperate to change the subject. And I'm not the only one who has noticed it. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said this yesterday.
He ignores his own responsibility and assigns blame instead of taking responsibility, paying attention to science, recognizing the role of governance in all of this to get the job done for the American people. And so he's engaged in distractions like immigration, distractions like supporting people in the street. They're all distractions away from the known fact that he's a total failure when it comes to testing.
Oh, snap! Mr. President, you may want to get tested because that was one sick burn. Trump fired back with an official response to the speaker. Look out, flying Iranian gunboats. Run for your lives. Sincerely, President Donald J. Trump, CC Jafar. Here's the thing. Trump's attempt to change the subject to immigration or to China or Iran or to anything is not going to work. One Republican close to the White House told Politico that messaging alone cannot solve the political challenge the pandemic presents for Trump. okay, how about messaging and sitting on my enormous dimpled keister? Because I'm willing to do anything as long as it doesn't involve doing anything. The unnamed Republican predicted if the testing does not get sorted out as soon as possible, it will be another nail in an almost closed coffin. Well, that's an unfortunate metaphor during a global pandemic. Plus, if you want to get Trump's attention, I'd say it's a nail in an almost empty chicken bucket. Trump's normal tricks he uses to change the narrative aren't working because it's hard to come up with a more gripping narrative than stay inside or you might die. You can tweet all you want, but it's hard to capture people's hearts and minds when they're worried about their hearts and lungs. You can't have Bill Barr redact the virus or call Ukraine to get dirt on Hunter virus or get Mitch McConnell to have 51 Republicans vote that there is no virus. You can't even pay the virus $130,000 to stay quiet, which is too bad because this virus is definitely spanking your ass. So if you want to keep your job, you're going to have to do the unthinkable. Your job. You know, make America great again. Trump held another one of his coronavirus distractathons last night, and he tried to put a positive spin on how things are going.
We continue to gain ground in the war against the unseen enemy, and I see light at the end of the tunnel. I actually see a lot of light at the end of the tunnel, and we're starting the process. So the light is getting brighter and brighter every day.
The light is also making a really, really fun train noise. Woo woo! Everybody keeps yelling, Mr. President, get off the tracks. But I'm staying focused on that approaching light. It's coming pretty fast. Whatever Trump is seeing in that tunnel, certain states like Georgia are ignoring the advice of experts and starting to reopen already. So he and his team were asked about how exactly that's supposed to work.
How do you safely have hair salons and nail salons and tattoo parlors where people inherently, this is in Georgia, where people have to inherently be close together?
So if there's a way that people can social distance and do those things, then they can do those things. I don't know how, but people are very creative.
Yes, barbers and hairstylists just need to be very creative, like duct taping hair clippers to a couple of yardsticks or just submerging all their customers in barbicide. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, the Nooch, also took some questions during the briefing about large companies accepting small business loans, and Trump jumped in with his own thoughts.
Mr. Secretary, are you going to request that those other companies, because obviously Shake Shack was not alone in being a big company that got money in this, are you going to be asking?
Request.
You're going to ask them to return that money?
Yep.
Yeah,
Harvard's going to pay back the money, and they shouldn't be taking it. They're going to pay back that money.
Yeah, Harvard, you know the deal. You don't get to take millions of dollars unless you also agree to take Jared.
Jared Slam.
Harvard responded to the president's attack, saying that it had not received any funds through the PPP, but it had received funds through the CARES Act to provide assistance to students facing urgent financial needs due to COVID-19. Okay, that's a solid fact check. Sounds like somebody at Harvard went to Harvard.
Harvard Slam.
Trump was also asked about how the pandemic is affecting workers at his own properties.
Your Florida clubs have had to furlough workers.
That's true.
Have you thought about asking your family members to maybe keep some of those workers on the payroll to help instead of sending them to the federal other companies do that?
Yeah, in Doral, you're not allowed to have the golf courses open. You can't have the clubs open. You can't have anything. I have a lot of different properties. But again, my children run them, and I love my children, and I wish them well. I look forward to comparing my numbers to my children's numbers. I think I'll do better.
That's an insane thing for a father to say. Can you imagine someone saying anything like that on their deathbed? Children, gather round. I just want you to know that I love being better than all of you. Look at my numbers. You're human garbage. End scene. One guy who's super gung-ho about risking other people's lives is Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. The Lieutenant Governor went on the TV Monday to make the case for states reopening their economies, and here's how he started.
In Texas, we have 29 million people. We've lost 495, and every life is valuable. But
okay, let me stop you there. Anytime you start a sentence with, every life is valuable, but chances are you're not the hero of the story. You never heard Gandhi say, every life is valuable, but I want to have my birthday party at a bowling alley. Don't make me stop eating again. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Governor. Do go on.
We've lost 495, and every life is valuable, but 500 people out of 29 million, and we're locked down, and we're crushing the average worker. We're crushing small business. We're crushing the markets. We're crushing this country. There are more important things than living.
Then go do those things and stop wasting space and precious toilet paper. This is a lieutenant governor saying you might die, but at least it'll help businesses. I guess he's just following the classic political advice. It's the economy, I'm stupid. New York continues to be the hot spot for the coronavirus here in the United States, but there is some good news in the big sterilized apple. A few weeks ago, the federal government sent New York a naval hospital ship, the USNS Comfort, to help ease the burden on local hospitals. But yesterday, Governor Andrew Cuomo told Trump that the Comfort is no longer needed in New York City. Woo! That is great news. Time to pop the champagne bottles.
This is no time to pop the champagne bottles.
Okie doke. Back to the bourbon. But one New York official who is ready to think about celebrating is New York City Mayor and man keeping a very watchful eye on that last donut, Bill de Blasio. Even though New Yorkers are hunkered down for the foreseeable future, de Blasio is looking ahead.
When that day comes that we can restart the vibrant, beautiful life of this city again, the first thing we will do is we will have a ticker tape parade down the Canyon of Heroes for our healthcare workers and our first responders.
Yes! Let's give those healthcare workers what they desperately want. Thousands of strangers crowded together throwing garbage at them. But don't worry, de Blasio has all sorts of genius ideas. Just this week, he encouraged New Yorkers to rat on people who aren't observing social distancing, telling them to snap a photo of an offending person or crowd, set the location on the image, and text it to 311-692. And New Yorkers responded because de Blasio's social distancing tip line was immediately flooded with penis photos. Hey, Mr. Mayor, I saw this big hairy guy loitering down in my pants. Why don't you come over and slap him around a bit? There's a $5 in it for you. We got a show for you tonight. Was the $5 too much? Was the $5 too much? Nathan Lane is here, and I will cook with Chef Jose Andres. But when we return, ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Las Vegas is ready to gamble on the coronavirus. Stick around.